Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Viewhouse Centennial for a fantastic Victory Monday. I am so excited tonight because we got Malcolm Roach in the house. And Malcolm, I got to tell you, I've had at least 4 guys on this show that have told me you're the funniest guy in the locker room. You're the guy who's always chirping. You're the guy who's motivating everybody. So we're so excited to have you on here. But I kind of want to start there. Coming in with a new team, and clearly your leadership is felt throughout this locker room. How do you find your leadership role when you're on a new team?
Especially this is kind of like a different team because we're so young.
Yeah.
A lot of guys still trying to find their footing in the league, was actually going to be their niche and what keeps them in the league. And I was there when I was young, undrafted. I had to find something that'll keep me in the league. And it's crazy. Guys on the team now, Corn Alexander was with me in New Orleans, and he said, man, if you bring energy every day, you can stay in this league a long time. And that kind of stuck with me through since my rookie year. Just coming in there, bringing energy every day, and just having the guys see that you're the same person every day. This is you, and and then it's just a good group of guys that they feed off of it, and we just have fun every day.
I love it. And you know what? Everybody can kind of sense it. Sean Payton today was talking about how this team is different from last year. He's been talking about that a lot. But he made sure to say it's not just about Bo. And he actually mentioned you a couple times as he was mentioning the draft class, Brandon Jones, JFM. But he mentioned you quite a few times. So you've been with Sean Payton before.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me about how he builds a culture? Because we're seeing it here for sure.
Being from Louisiana, everybody knows Sean Payton. Growing up off those Drew Brees Saints teams, and me eventually having the opportunity to go play for the Saints, and he blessed me with the opportunity to come into this league as an undrafted free agent. And just seeing the culture being built from, I remember when the Saints weren't good at all. Then I remember the 2018, 2017 class came in with Lattimore, Kamara, and all those guys. And just being a part of that culture, it really just seems like it's player-led. He lets everybody be their self, and it also has to do with having a pretty good quarterback also. So I was fortunate to play with Drew my first year of my career, and I see a lot of the same characteristics that he had that Bo has, and he just lets everybody be their self, and it all comes together and make a good mix.
And, of course, a big thing, too, is winning, right? And doing things like winning in your division. Sweeping the Raiders hasn't happened in 10 years for the Broncos. This is a big deal. How significant was that win?
It was big. I played the Raiders before, but, playing a divisional opponent, it's a different type of physicality that go into the game. And you really felt it. You felt that they don't like us a lot when we were up there in Vegas and things like that. So it was a great experience, and to get the victory to come back home, 2 in a row. So that we're gonna head in the right direction, I feel like.
Absolutely. Probably one of my favorite plays of the game, though, was you got to walk me through this. Your helmet's somewhere. I feel like Sternad flips it to you. You get it on right before the play snap. Can you talk us through this?
I actually want to send a shout out to Gardner Minshew on that because I feel like he looked right at me and was like, "I'm gonna let him put his helmet on."
The speed of it, look at that.
And I kind of put it on, and it didn't go on all the way. And he kind of looked at me and was like, "You go put your helmet on," and I just pulled it down. But it was crazy. I was yelling at the refs out this play. I was like, "Y'all go get me killed out here." Like my mom at the game, and she go be ready to yell at y'all. Like that was a crazy play, but. I'm glad everybody came out okay, and shout out to Jesto for giving me my helmet.
Yeah, that was a wild play, but I was kind of surprised the refs didn't stop it as well. Did they tell you anything? Did they not see it?
It was a pivotal moment. They wasn't. I think they just wouldn't go stop it. They was trying to get in field goal range and things like that. Clock the ball. So I kind of understood it, but in the heat of the moment, I wouldn't say I was scared because I really wasn't thinking at the time.
Yeah.
But looking back at it, it was a pretty crazy play.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was incredible. Talk about got your head in the game. That was amazing. But you were without Zach Allen. That's a big deal. A guy who's having an all-pro season. Obviously, all of you guys are good enough to play in his stead, but how do you adjust to not having a guy like that?
Anytime you don't have one of the best in the league, it's something tough to deal with. And we kind of found out late that he wasn't going to be playing, but at the end of the day, we still just went out there and did our job. We missed his presence, missed him getting the pressures and things like that. I think that's one thing where we kind of lacked. We got sacks and things, but we didn't get the pressures to get him off platform and things like that. What Zach brings to the table, a lot of things that just don't show up in the stat sheet. But I think me, DJ, and JFM, and then from Any and JJ, they did a great job stepping in and giving us breathers and things like that. And we played a complete game, and we knew we had to go into halftime and start making plays. And when we came out, we did that.
Yeah, absolutely did. And Broncos country is happy today because you brought them home.
Yeah.
A sweep over the Raiders, and what a thrill tonight. We got Malcolm Roach in the house. Back into Xfinity Monday Live here at the Viewhouse Centennial, and I'm just so pumped tonight. We got Malcolm Roach in the house, who is a leader in the locker room, just brings all the energy on the field as well. First of all, I got to ask, with your sack yesterday, you did the roll of the dice. That planned out because it was Vegas?
I did it last week. And it's kind of taken off, and the guys in the locker room was like, "Yeah, I like that, man.
Yeah.
That might need to be the signature." But I knew in the past when I used to get tackles in like TFLs and things like that, I celebrate and I get like exhausted.
Yeah.
So it's like something I could do, and it's pretty chill. But they understand it. And Ray Jack told me to keep throwing the Mile High Salute on there with it. So that's something big, and I hope I keep on doing more of them.
Okay, I love that because I saw you do the Mile High Salute, and I was wondering, does he know that's the Mile High Salute?
Yeah, Ray Jack and Nick Benito taught me what it was.
Okay, I absolutely love that. You've got a career high in sacks right now, back-to-back weeks. What's working so well for you?
I want to say Coach Kane done a great job, letting us go out there and rush. And Coach Wilhart also, and we're working together good with the outside backers and the interior, getting good games in it. It also helps when you have a lot of good other pass rushers around you. It's not like they just focus on you, but you also know you got a job to do. And I kind of feel like I'm coming to my own, and the more reps I get, pass rushing, I feel more comfortable. And, also, my guy, Brandon Jordan, BT Jordan, he comes in once a month and work with us, and it's really paying off, just not for me, but for throughout the whole the front seven, the way we rushing, the linebackers trying to get in and rush. Quan talk about rushing every day. Lavelle be trying to rush and things like that. So it's kind of becoming contagious, and it's taking off that way.
I absolutely love that. And, of course, you come in undrafted. And one thing that always sticks with me is Chris Harris Jr. used to always say, as an undrafted guy, he could say, I could never have a bad day.
Yeah.
If I was drafted first round, I could have a bad day, but I'm not. I'm curious, what is your mentality as an undrafted player?
It's kind of like that. You never get too comfortable. Because you kind of see the difference in, the way drafted guys are treated and undrafted guys are treated. They're invested in those guys. They're not investing in you. You're trying to make them become invested in you. So every day you got to come in ready to work. And every day you never know when you can be sent home. Even at this point in my career, I still keep that mindset. And Chris Harris actually played with me in New Orleans, and we talked about that a lot. For the brief time he did play there, we talked about that. Just seeing the way he took off in his career, and end up going on the all-decade team, things like that. And that's some people, especially undrafted guys, aspire to be, and he's a good leader for that.
I absolutely love that. That's amazing because I didn't even make that connection. And, of course, the no-fly zone was there recently.
Yeah.
You know what? You mentioned about all the guys getting sacks. Coop kind of said yesterday, we'd like it to keep it all in our room, but we also like everybody getting it. So do we got tabs like the D-line and the edge rushers?
It's a little something going on. But the way they rushing right now, I don't think we're going to be able to keep up. We just got to keep getting the pressures, and when the sacks fall to us, they'll come our way. But, yeah, those guys are rushing. Those guys playing out their mind, especially with Till and Jonah.
Yeah.
They coming in, stepping up good. And Coop and Benito just – they untouchable off the edge. I think they're two of the best in the game right now.
Absolutely. Well, we love it. Hey, the more the merrier when it comes to sacks. So one for everybody. We're having so much fun tonight. We're so lucky we got Malcolm Roach joining us this evening. We got to take a quick break. It's time now for the People Want to Know. People Want to Know brought to you by Common Spirit, official healthcare partners of the Denver Broncos and champions for the communities we serve. We got lots of good fan questions. But Sarah wants to know, what's your favorite thing that you've either done in Denver or want to do?
My favorite thing I've done in Denver, I actually wasn't even playing for the Broncos then. I went to Breckenridge one off-season.
Okay.
Went snowboarding, and I self-taught myself how to snowboard in like an hour.
Really?
Yeah, but I was too scared. It's crazy. I was too scared to ski because I felt like that was like that's two separate things going
Yeah.
on. But snowboarding, it was fun to me, and it's kind of like just riding a skateboard like I did when I was young.
That's actually really impressive because snowboarding's really hard to learn on your own. So you could be a snowboard teacher maybe in the off season.
Nah, they don't need to learn from me.
All right, well, that segment's always too short, but that was the People Want to Know. Sarah, thanks for your question. Brought to you by Common Spirit. We're going to take a break, and coming up next, we're going to talk about just something that's like absolutely crazy, and we got to hear the story. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back into the Viewhouse Centennial. Make sure you make the Viewhouse Centennial your sports game day headquarters. Enjoy the game on the Viewhouse's numerous flat screens, plus food and drink specials throughout the week. Monday Live brought to you by Xfinity. Unbeatable internet with speed faster than a gig. You can power a house full of connected devices all at once. And look, I know you've told this story before, but this is like legendary that as a fifth grader, you played it in a varsity high school football game. Can you give us the down low on this? Because that's wild.
Oh, man. So it started off, I kind of got kicked out the youth league because I wasn't bigger than everybody. I was kind of just hitting too hard, playing too rough. At the school I went to, Southern Lab, it was pre-K through 12th grade, and my dad was the football coach. And I just started going to practice one day, like during the summer, just being around. And I always went to practice, really. He was the head coach. So, but one day I just put on a uniform and was going, and we didn't have a middle school team, and I got kicked out the league, so I was like, I'm just going to go play here. And it kind of started with me just being on the team, but I practiced every day, did everything that the team did. I get called out of class, like when the high schoolers get called out of class and things. They introduced me to pep rallies and things, and the middle school and elementary go crazy, like when they introduced me and stuff. And we were blowing the team out, and I'll never forget my first time going to the game. My dad came to me and was like, "You want to go in?" And I was like, "You for real?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to go in." Like, I've been waiting on. What took you so long? I've been waiting on this. But I went down there on kickoff and made a tackle. And I just remember my mama came on the sideline, and she was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And then it was just history from then on. And that year I didn't really just play every game or every snap, but the next year I started playing more and more, and it just took off from there.
Okay, that's amazing. And the show's actually ending on that note, but we're going to have a little bit more on that. Hello, everyone. Thanks for logging on to CBSColorado.com. Time now for a few extra minutes with Broncos defensive lineman Malcolm Roach. And we were just talking on Monday Live about, an epic story. In fifth grade, you played varsity high school football. What were you size-wise compared to the high schoolers?
I think I probably had to be around 5'6", 5'7", probably 150, 160. Little chubby meatball just running around. I had every accessory that you could have on, every pad. I thought I was the swag god. But yeah, I was just a little chubby kid running around.
Dude, that's amazing. I'm wondering though, big picture, what did that teach you, running now with these teenagers when you're in fifth grade?
It helped me out a lot because once I got to ninth grade, it was really nothing. The transition from going from middle school ball to high school, I was doing it in fifth grade. So when I got to ninth grade, it was just another season going into. And but the thing about it, I was finally getting able to play with my peers and my friends and things, and just telling them what it was like, and so it was fun.
You had to be the swaggiest middle schooler, right?
Man, I had a back flap and a rear protector all in one, a visor, couldn't breathe, it was crazy.
I love it. That's absolutely amazing. And now, of course, you've transitioned. You went to Texas. You were at the Saints. Now you're with the Broncos. Broncos country is so happy to have you here. What for you has been kind of the biggest adjustment coming to a new team this year?
The biggest adjustment really has probably been the altitude. I'm just playing. Just coming to a new team. I think the guys really embraced me. I could tell when I got here it was a need for, leadership, especially losing prominent leaders that they had in their locker room for so long.
Sure.
You could tell it was a need for it, and, just a need for new blood and somebody that was helping spread the message that Sean was trying to spread. And it's the culture I've been a part of my whole career, even after Sean left New Orleans. So coming here and, seeing familiar faces throughout the whole building, it was everybody you see is okay, you did something in New Orleans, which is kind of crazy. But seeing my former teammates, guys I came with, Trout, Will Lutz and things like that, LJ, it was an easy transition, I want to say.
It has been really cool to see your influence and your leadership permeate through this locker room. Yesterday after the loss, several guys, PJ, Coop, Benito, all said, without even being asked, how you have this really strong message for them.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you to know that these guys are really soaking in, what you're putting out?
I have to say a lot of the guys that we do have in that locker room that are in prominent roles come from good cultures. Like with Coop, man, he come from Ohio State. Pat coming from Bama, PJ coming from Texas. Like, there's a lot of guys that understand like when things are fake and when things are genuine. And I just try to be genuine, man. I grew up seeing guys talk like that all my life from my dad. Just seeing guys like Ronald Leary, and when I was young, he played here. Torrey and Nixon, seeing those guys when I was young, which is crazy now I'm thinking about that. Seeing those guys just being leaders in the locker room and things like that. And that's what I kind of always wanted to be, but just wanted to be it in my own way, be genuine, not being somebody where guys are scared to come talk to them. Like, I'm regular, just like, I have bad days too, but at the end of the day, I know what we do is a blessing. And like I always say, man, we could be somewhere doing something else. We get to go to recess every day and like play on the green grass and do what we love to do.
I absolutely love that. And it's very cool to see the influence that you have in that locker room. It's made a huge difference. So has the run defense. That was something this offseason that Sean Payton, that they said, we're going to fix. I'm curious, for you, was this an obvious decision to come play for Sean? Why did you want to come be part of this and fix a need that the Broncos really needed?
Playing for Sean, that's a guy I grew up seeing my whole life. When I was young, I used to go to sleep to watching the Saints win the Super Bowl against the Colts. And, like, I used to know, like, the whole first, like, 2 drives, and then I'd be asleep by then. But just seeing him, seeing Sean Payton, it's like a dream come true being able to play for him. I watched him my whole life. He coached New Orleans my whole childhood. But just the run defense, man, I knew it was a need. And that's the thing. It was kind of hand in hand. It was a need for what I brought to the table. Not just a one, I want to say. So they actually needed me, and they showed me that they needed me and wanted me to come here when free agency started. But with the run defense, it wouldn't be able to get done without guys like Cody, Justin, Quan, DJ playing his tail off, man. JFM embracing playing the run, not just pass rushing every play, but also being able to get JFM and Zach in situations where they can pass rush. Me and DJ know we got to do our job at a high level. It's paying off in a major way.
It is. It's been so much fun. You guys are just relentless, and it's so fun to see this kind of being the cornerstone of this team. Yeah. Let's look ahead. You got a Monday night under the lights game coming up, and the Browns are kind of trending there with Jameis. They've got some juice. How much are you looking forward to a game like that, where it feels like this point on every single game could make or break your playoffs?
Yeah, it's big, but it's situations you want to be in. I've been in situations like this in my career before, but also been in situations where we knew the season was over by the time you hit week 13. To still have a dog in the race, we couldn't ask for nothing more, especially with what we were expected to do this year. We got a good Cleveland team coming in here, especially we got one of the best pass rushers ever. And then me playing with Jameis for so long, I know prime time Jameis. He puts on a show just like he did last week. So we're going to have our hands filled. Also with the back they have Nick Chubb. He's getting healthier and healthier every game. And we're going to have our hands full, and we got to come ready to play.
Jameis is got to be one of the most likable guys in the league. What was it like playing with him?
He's everybody's favorite player.
Okay.
It's crazy. He's genuine every day. He's somebody that had a big influence on my career, seeing the way he comes to work every day. First person in, last one out. But he's just so genuine. The funny things people see him do, and it's we'll be just looking at it y'all just don't know. That's literally him every day. It's still to be funny. We'll laugh at it, but it'd be man, that's just him. That's the way he talk. He'll tell you, I'm from Bessemer, Alabama, things like that. But that's just really Jameis. He's a real genuine guy, and he doesn't care if you undrafted, practice squad, the highest paid player in the league. He's going to treat you the same, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. We wish him success, except for Monday night when we'd like you to roll the dice there a couple times, right?
Yeah.
Well, this has been such a treat, Malcolm. Thank you for taking the time. It's been such a pleasure, and we're so lucky to have you in Broncos country. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And guys, that'll do it. Thanks for logging on. We'll see you next time.